What's going on, Laker fans? All right, let me get everybody to kind of get up in the live stream here, and we will get started. Let's cheer in there a little bit. Post-game show after the post-game show. Thank you for being a part of the show. Lakers lose to the Suns, 115-105. Let's get everybody in here. Get everybody in here. Got some thoughts on tonight's game. My people. All right, let's get started. Let's just get started. You know what? Sometimes we just got to get started. Okay, Laker fans. Lakers lose 115-105, the final score. Obviously, to the Phoenix Suns. And they snapped their 3-game winning streak that the Lakers were on. That's a wrap. The Suns are now 11-6. Lakers are 5-11. Lakers now 0-6 on the road so far this year. 0-6 on the road so far this year. So here are the road losses for the Lakers. Golden State, Denver, Minnesota, Utah, the Clippers, and the Phoenix Suns. 0-6. Those teams are arguably all going to be in the NBA playoffs once the playoffs start. So keep that one in mind there. But something to keep note of, you can't keep losing road games. And if you're not winning road games and you're obviously just depending on your home wins, you're not going to make the playoffs. So Lakers obviously got some work to do on the road. So let me tell you guys where I want to start off on tonight's show. I did not think tonight was an awful loss. And I'm sure there's going to be Laker fans out there that say, Al, you're delusional. And the mere fact that the Lakers lost, I know there's no moral victories or any of that stuff, but I've seen a lot of Laker L's over the years. And trust me when I tell you, this wasn't that bad of one. I've seen much worse losses than the Lakers have had. So they had a 3-game winning streak. All right, is what it is. Now you're going to actually face some good competition. However, you're up 2 at halftime. Third quarter is when you lose the game. They're ridiculous from the three-point line. They can't miss a three. I mean, they take 34 threes. They hit 16 of them. Come on now. 16 of 34. That's 47% from the three-point line. So that obviously doesn't play out. But the Lakers fought all game. I thought it was a game. I thought they were within striking distance. You know, once I've seen so many games over this last year and a half or so that when they go down 10, it's a wrap. That 10 is going to become 12. It's going to become 15. It's going to become 18. The Lakers lose by 20-plus points. In tonight's game, that wasn't the case. I thought the Lakers kept fighting down 10. I thought they closed out the first half, I think 18-6, so they're up 2. Even when they went down in the third quarter, they started to make some type of comeback. There's certain losses for the Lakers that leave a certain taste in your mouth. This one didn't leave a certain taste in my mouth. They lost. Don't get me wrong, they lost. They need to win games. They're 5-11. But I didn't feel the same way that I've done in a lot more of those losses in the past. Somebody's saying here, we put up a fight. That's what I want to see every game. And, certainly the Lakers, they did do that. Okay. Where do we want to go here? You guys want me to talk Pat Bev or Anthony Davis? Pat Bev or AD? Bev or AD? First 1 to 5. I'm just going to follow your lead here, wherever you guys want me to go. Bev or AD? 1 for AD. 1 for Pat. 2 for Pat. 2-2. It's a good game right here. 3-2. Good game right here, guys. 3-3. 4-3. All right, we'll go Pat Bev first, then we'll come back with Anthony Davis. All right, Patrick Beverley obviously gets thrown out of the game. I actually liked his quotes that he was saying. Pat Beverley basically said this, kind of made it very simple, that he did not like that Devin Booker was looking over Austin Reeves. Refs did nothing about it. And then I don't know why DeAndre Ayton is going over towards Austin Reeves to go look over him as well while he's got his hand on his face. Obviously got hit in the face by Devin Booker. But he didn't like that. So he decided to push DeAndre Ayton, falls over Austin Reeves' feet or hip or whatever he fell over, and goes to the ground. Pat Bev gets ejected. We'll see if he gets suspended or not. I mean, who knows with the NBA? I don't understand suspensions anymore in the NBA. I guess Draymond Green could knock out Jordan Poole and he won't get any suspension, but Pat Bev might get 2 games for pushing a player down to the ground and it wasn't a punch or anything. So I don't know what the hell suspensions are anymore. I don't mind it. I kind of like the feistiness. I kind of like the chippiness. I kind of like that that Pat Bev's got his own guys back. Now, I'll tell you what I would also like, personally. I would like for Pat Bev to be more of a contributor right now for the Lakers, and he's not. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do when Bron comes back, and does that mean Troy Brown Jr.'s out, or does that mean Pat Bev is out? I like Troy Brown Jr.'s length. I know Pat Bev is there just for defense, but it's not like this guy has been killing it this year. He definitely has not. I'd rather him contribute than just push guys down because, somebody's getting stared down. I didn't mind it. I really didn't. Devin Booker had some interesting quotes after the game. Devin Booker said a couple things. What did he tell Chris Haynes? Something to the effect that he's got to stop pushing people from the back, push them in the chest, kind of in a sense calling Pat Bev a punk. They interviewed Pat Bev after the game. Pat Bev just kind of said, I'm not going to comment on any of that stuff. So I think what this is, making is it makes a Lakers-Suns game more interesting. It makes this matchup between these two teams a little more interesting. Maybe it brings the Lakers a little bit closer together. Maybe I'm being dramatic. I don't know. We'll find out when the season progresses. But I don't mind plays like that. I don't mind somebody who's got the back of one of their teammates. I don't. And let's be honest here. Pat Bev pushing DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's not getting injured. It's not like no one's sitting here saying, oh my gosh, that's a cheap shot at Kenny. He pushed him. The world's not going to end. So I think everybody will be fine. Nobody's getting injured. So it's funny. I saw some people on Twitter. I see David Sabatini here. I officially love Patrick Beverley now. Some people like it. Some people hate it. However you feel about it. I thought it was I'm okay with it because he's protecting one of his own guys. And I do not understand, again, why a 7-footer DeAndre Ayton is staring over Austin Reeves, who's on the floor holding his face. Like, what are you trying to prove? That you're tough or something? I got other people telling me here that they're not fans of Patrick Beverley pushing people from the back. Okay, you can make that argument. I'm not. I don't see. I get the point there, right? If you're going to push somebody, be chest to chest with them, let him know that it's coming, and that obviously wasn't the case tonight. So, quick thoughts on Pat Bev. I wish he was more of a contributor on the basketball floor. I like that he has the back of Austin Reeves and some of these other guys. Let's hope that this is something that brings the team together. We'll have to wait and find out. I said Pat Bev or AD. I got rid of Pat Bev. Let's talk Anthony Davis. Something interesting is happening here with the Lakers that I would not have expected 4 games ago. I thought I kind of knew what Anthony Davis was in the NBA. I thought I knew what he was. I thought he was going to get you 22 to 25 points a night, anywhere between 8 and 11 rebounds, maybe 12 rebounds. I thought that's what AD was going to be. In these last 4 games, he's averaging 35, 18, 2.5 blocks, and 62% from the field. There were some stupid stats. Let me find them real quick. StatMuse, which is great, put out some stats after the game. Let me read off a couple of them. Let's see what they got here. AD last 4 games. All right, the 35. AD's the first player with 35, 20, and 5 being the 5 steals in a game since Charles Barkley back in 1988. Okay, pretty good stat. Most games with 30 points, 5 steals, and 5 blocks over the last 30 seasons. Hakeem has 3 of them. Hakeem Olajuwon, AD's got 2 of them. He's up there with some interesting company. AD's been terrific, period. I don't want anybody to say anything else. We've all bitched and complained about Anthony Davis for a long time now. Stop for a quick second. He's been amazing in these last 4 games. Amazing. And if you want to complain about him, like I was, saying, guys, look at the teams that he faced. Let's see what he does against the Phoenix Suns, against the Phoenix Suns, who's a good team. They got a good center in DeAndre Ayton. AD had 37 points, 21 rebounds, 5 steals, 5 block shots, 15 of 16 from the free throw line, and 11 of 17 from the field. He has been amazing, period. He's been an absolute monster, okay? This is what is going to get interesting with Anthony Davis and with the Lakers. This new twist of AD is what you're going to start expecting from him, right? Now, and this is what we've all been hoping for the last 2 years, is that AD is going to reach a point where he's going to take over the franchise. And for 2 years, he has not taken over the franchise. And the best player on this team has continued to be LeBron James, but that wasn't the plan. LeBron's not supposed to be the best player on this team at age 37 in his 20th season, or at age 36 in his 19th season. He's about to turn 38 now. That wasn't the plan. So Chris Haynes, it looks like that Bron may come back on Friday against the San Antonio Spurs. Let's say he comes back on Friday. What makes this kind of unique and different about the situation that the Lakers are in right now when it comes to Anthony Davis is Bron, for the first time since he's been a Los Angeles Laker, he's going to come back and he's not going to be the best player on the floor. It's going to be Anthony Davis. If AD keeps playing this type of basketball, and I'm not telling you got to have 35 and 15 and 35 and 18 a night, if AD keeps playing this type of basketball, he got to the free throw line 16 times. A couple games ago, he got to the free throw line 21 times. There's no stopping him. There's no answer for him. And on top of all that, he's hitting his free throws. This will be the first time that Bron is a Los Angeles Laker and Anthony Davis is the best player on the floor, and it ain't LeBron James. I'm very curious what that transition is going to look like. I'm very curious how LeBron James is going to accommodate to Anthony Davis. I'm very curious to see how that all pans out, because LeBron James is arguably one of the smartest basketball players in the history of the NBA. He's in his 20th season. How he adjusts his game around AD, how everybody else adjusts their game around AD, and how Bron can complement Anthony Davis. That's the hope, and I'm looking forward to watching that. Lakers obviously got a couple games in front of him here where we're going to get a chance to see what the Lake Show can do against the San Antonio Spurs. But I go back to this, and I just, the only reason why I even kind of get into it is because there's a new layer to the Lakers. I didn't feel this optimistic about the Lakers a week and a half ago. I didn't. Why should I? They started out the season 2-10, and Bron was out. Bron's missed 5 games in a row, so why should I feel optimistic? But today, I'm starting to feel, even after a loss, a little bit better about where the Lakers, where they can go. Not where they stand today because they're 5-11, but where they can go from here. And that part, to me, I got some curiosity on. I really do. Okay, let me read some Laker comments here. Let me read. Sometimes I just don't shut up. My apologies, Laker fans. AD's so good, I'm starting to think a trade of those picks might actually be worth the trouble. I don't know what that means. Wow. David Winters. Watching AD is like watching Wilt. Awesome that you had the ability to do that. Shout out. All right. Let's see what else we got here. I think my mind is hallucinating. I'm feeling good about the Spurs games if AD form continues. Can I tell you guys something, Laker fans? I got to tell you something. These 2 games coming up against the San Antonio Spurs, they better come back to crypto 7-11. They better come back having won 5 of their last 6 games. They'd won 3 in a row. Lost to the Spurs, so they're 3 of their last 4. They better come back with 2 more road wins under their belt. Coming back to Crypto.com, and you got the Pacers and the Portland Trailblazers lined up. Laker fans, somebody saying, what if they split? You can't split. You can't split in San Antonio. You just can't. You're 5-11. If you split in San Antonio, you're 6-12, and the best you can do through the first 20 games is 8-12. That's if you beat two teams that are positioned right now for the playoffs. I know it's early, but Pacers playing good ball, and so are the Blazers. You cannot come back. You can't split these last two games. You just can't. And especially right now where you feel like you're starting to build some momentum, go handle the San Antonio Spurs. Go take care of business there. And can you just call it a day, come back to crypto, and take it from there? That's obviously the hope. That's what we're all hoping for the Lakers to do. But they got some more. Lake fans, I mentioned this in the pregame show. Before tonight's game, 16 of their next 22 games are on the road. They're 0-6 on the road. You got some real road games coming up. You guys want to know some of these road games? Milwaukee's a road game. Philly's a road game. Toronto's a road game. Cleveland's a road game. Phoenix is a road game. Sacramento. This is all in the month of December. Miami, Atlanta, Dallas. These are all playoff teams that I'm naming off for you. So, if you don't start winning some of these road games, especially the bad teams, when the hell are you going to get your W's? When are you going to get those wins? Let's see what we got here. Moral victory tonight. Westbrook was too eager to score and didn't involve his teammates in crunch time. You're not wrong on that. I thought there were a couple possessions he got a little too excited. Maybe that's the right way to put it. And 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 2 of 6 from the 3-point line, 8 of 20 from the field. How about this? Troy Brown Jr., Patrick Beverly, and Dennis Schroeder. Would they go 0 for 13 tonight? Something like that? Awful. 0 points between the three of those players. Might have to change that starting lineup, too. That starting lineup, I know AD's doing his thing, but LeBron comes back. I wouldn't mind seeing them throw Pat Bev bring Pat Bev off the bench. Only the reason why Troy Brown Jr., I kind of like his size. I like his length. I think he could guard some of these other players, but man, they have definitely, those three players, especially Pat Bev, been so bad offensively. Schroeder, you got to see that guy obviously be able to do some work. You can't play 20 minutes and really have no contributions, but Lakers couldn't hit a shot. I see what we got here. A couple more, and then I got to get the hell out of here. We got a show tomorrow morning, Laker fans, continuing to go. We got Travis and Sliwa show tomorrow, so I'll be T-Raj will be off tomorrow, so got to drive the thing. See if we got one more good comment here, and then I'm getting the hell out of here. Beverly didn't show much class with that cheap shove. Lakers are better than that and higher standards. Okay. You could not like the shove. You could like the shove. Whatever you think. But I will say this. Devin Booker's staring at Austin Reeves on the floor while Austin Reeves is holding his face. And then DeAndre Ayton, why are you walking towards Austin Reeves and staring at him on the floor? You're a 7-footer. What are you looking at him for? I don't know if he's chirping with Anthony Davis. I get when people say, look, if you're going to shove somebody, shove them in the chest so they know that you're coming. Pat Bev's protecting his guy. I don't know. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. I've seen some cheap shots in the league, and I don't think that's the end of the world. 5-11 just doesn't sit right with me. Who said that? Lakers Nation. Yeah, it doesn't sit right with me too. I feel like they're better than 5-11. You know what I mean? They're 5-11. That's what their record is. But hell, you want to make things right, then find a way to do it by beating teams that you're supposed to beat, like the Spurs. Then you got 2 games at home that if you're really actually becoming a better team, you might be able to go on a run here where you won 5 of 6 or 6 of 7 or 6 of 8, something like that. That's what they're going to need now. They're 100% going to need those types of runs. Okay, so next game for the Lakers, the day after Thanksgiving. So Lakers go Friday and Saturday at San Antonio. So that's the next time that I'm going to be on. Laker fans, just a quick shout out here. Love this YouTube show. I hope you guys all have a fantastic Thanksgiving with your family and everything else. I know I'm going to try to do the same down in San Diego, specifically El Cajon. It's going to be a lot of food, a lot of good Thanksgiving food, and then all of a sudden there's going to be Middle Eastern food everywhere. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys also have a great Thanksgiving. Spend some time with your family. Be safe out there. And then I'll get back with you guys after the Lakers play the San Antonio Spurs coming up on Friday night. And again, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you all for being a part of the show. It means a lot to me, and you guys know how much I love and I enjoy doing this. Hell, I do a post-game show, and then I come in for the post-game show after the post-game show, exclusively for YouTube. So thank you for being a part of it. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see what the Lakers can do on Friday night. Thank you, Laker fans. Thank you. Appreciate it.